Welcome back to the Ignorant Genius Podcast. You got your boy Aaron.
You got Levi here. Appreciate you letting me back on.
Oh yeah, no problem. We've been on a little vacay. Shout out to new dad Jay.
Yeah, shout out.
Finally got his boy. We gonna get into these topics we missed the last few weeks, man. We gonna start off with Meg and Tory.
Oh, I know that's a touchy one for you, man.
Man, free my nigga Daystar Peterson, man. I thought I had the article pulled up. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but I mean, based on like the evidence and the time, like my biggest issue is the time they gave him. You know, like 10 years. I don't care if it's state time or not, man. Like the doctors found glass in the foot, not bullet fragments. You know what I mean? Like somebody shot, and then with the testimony of the friend, it was so weak or whatever. How did you even pin that?
And it's like you give her immunity, like she then gave y'all the King Cartel or some shit,
right.
Because either she was lying then or she lying now. Either way, she should be charged.
Yeah, or mistrial or something like that.
Because with him, he's not charged with assault with a deadly weapon. He's not charged with attempted murder. He's charged with shooting a firearm in a certain area, felony. It's a whole bunch of stuff to do with the gun. He's not charged with shooting Meg Thee Stallion. It's just
and like it's like a lot stiffer for him because like you also only here on like a work visa.
He a flight. That's why they never gave him bail because they like he could go to Canada and just don't come back.
Yeah, because that's what A$AP Rocky did when Trump had got on. He's still supposed to do trial. He just ain't going back.
Yeah, man. So he got 10 years. They claiming he only going to do 85% of it.
But then probably a deportation issue after that, man. Like
it's so much shit. A lot of people were saying that Kylie should have had to testify because them getting intoxicated and all that shit happened at her place, so you can justify, people's character and their behavior and how they were acting that night.
Almost definitely, like you say, you had a few star witnesses. One being a friend, I believe the security or whatever. But the friend threw everything off, like because like you said, like she pled the fifth at like half the questions, man. So like, how can you even get a real case and like charge somebody? Like you say, it's not even for shooting Meg Thee Stallion. It's really just shooting in an area, which 10 years or like you say, 85% of that still like. It's a bit much.
See, so like the article I have, even though I knew this information, a lot of people don't know, and to them it don't matter if he shot a woman, whatever, give him the book. But if you get shot on July 12th, why do you wait to get on Instagram Live on August 8th with all your jewelry on his birthday, I think, or her birthday, it was one of their birthdays, and that's when she alleged. Yeah. And her excuse was the George Floyd, Black Lives Matter. She didn't want to say nothing in the moment because she thought the police would just draw up and shoot all of them dead or some. Sorry, ladies. I know this. They're gonna take this as woman hating, but I just want to know. I'm gonna tell even with my daughters, I'm gonna cuss them out. If a man shoots you, you're outside the car when he shoots you. This nigga has shot you. You just walk it off and get back in the car with him and be chill. Then y'all drive off. Y'all going to your house. Y'all not even going to the hospital. The only reason the police got involved because they pulled them over.
Yeah.
Even then, you get pulled over. They walking y'all down. The helicopter see her. She got the glass on her foot. She's walking, bleeding blood. When they sit you down in that squad car or that EMS, hey, my friend Tory Lanez, that little short motherfucker over there, he pulled a gun out and shot me.
Yeah, nobody gonna fault you for that.
Let's say it's still the police. She's scared. You go to the hospital, and it can't be because I thought this is me. I don't know nothing. I just watch Law and Order and shit. But if it was bullet fragments or if they saw gunshot wounds on her, they have to, they gotta investigate or something. And they don't force her to say nothing or nothing like that. She just get on. I don't know, man.
No, I was weird about it. I know somebody that was in a similar situation where they were shot by somebody, went to the hospital and bailed. Like, and it's just like, yo, this is a public risk, not only you, but somebody else. Like, you doing the right thing. And then, like, I get that you didn't want to tell the police that, but you waited a few days later or a month later to say that he did it on IG. Like, which one is it? You rather not him die, but you want him to go to jail. Like, you could have just did whatever's for your best interest at the time, whatever for your safety. Like, it just, like, I don't know.
It don't add up. Yeah. Like, when he first got arrested, it was for carrying a concealed weapon in the vehicle. Mm-hmm. It still wasn't for shooting her. And they gave him bail or whatever. Oh, my God. Yeah, man. Prayers to all involved. I'm biased. I want my nigga free for the music. Whoever in his camp dropped that fucking Daystar fucking deluxe. Yeah, man. Shout out to Tory. And we see if he do the whole 10, man. I wanted to ask you about Drea.
Oh, Drea dating Jalen Green.
Yeah, we got another eater, man. Everybody was on Brittany Renner. That's her name, right? Her. Now we got Drea.
LaMelo even got one, right? Like,
yeah. Do you think it's inappropriate? Are they grooming these niggas to get these babies out of them and these child support checks, or is just both of them having fun?
It's kind of weird on the both of them have fun thing, because I'm like, if I'm Jalen Green, I kind of got the lion's share. I kind of got the advantage in the situation, whatever. Like, it's a reason why Drea come to you, because she washed. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's a lot of times young niggas just getting in the money, doing whatever he want or whatever the case may be, not realize he getting fooled. You know what I mean? Like, you see the shit with like PJ Washington. Like, much as you want to blame Brittany Renner, man, somebody need to pull him to the side and tell him what he got to his advantage. Or
but you see here, he went and got another one pregnant.
Yeah,
he got another one on the way with another Instagram model.
Yeah, and it's just crazy. Like, and that's the crazy thing about me and these celebrities and basketball players. Like, why y'all date the same 10 bitches? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so many out here, or whatever the case may be. Y'all date the same 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, swap it up or whatever.
Yeah, and I don't know about Dre, but the rest of these bitches is Build-A-Bears. You know, that's like, y'all want to fuck on the same. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy to me with the celebrities, especially if you got bread like that. You know, like, you can get whatever you want. You can have whoever you want or whatever. Like I look at like Winning Time or whatever. Magic was out here getting whatever the hell he wanted. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't.
Shameless plug. Watch that show on HBO next. Winning Time.
Yeah, Magic was getting whatever he wanted, man. And if you wasn't with that, you go to somebody else. But it's like they got like this fetish for like dating like the same 5-10 people, you know, and it's been in the same rotation like 15 years now.
Yep, I got a question though. Do you think it's a cover up for his little video that was coming out?
I do find it kind of interesting that it happened right after. You know what I mean? Like, he just took whoever would come to him or whatever.
It's like damn, Jonathan Majors come out of nowhere with fucking the church bitch. What's her name?
Yeah, Megan Good. Yeah.
Like,
what they call him, the beard. Yeah, you get a beard to cover the shit up. Probably so. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just wild, man. Like I say, you would hope, like LeVar Ball said it, like, you ain't gonna find nobody with your best interest at heart, but just play the game until you don't gotta play it no more.
Yep. Okay, we gonna get into this Montgomery brawl, man. Okay, backstory for a couple people. It was I guess the boat is called the Harriet's number 2. It attempted to dock in its usual spot on the Alabama River, you know, those few Saturdays ago, and it resulted in an argument from the captain of the boat and another group of people blocking the entrance, and it ended up in a fight, man. So my question to you is, man, was that like wrong place, wrong time, or that really was our people coming together?
Well, I think a lot of layers go to it, because you just had Trump do a rally up there as well. So a lot of those folks was a little jazzed up and shit like that, drunk on them boats or whatever. Bro was just doing his job. A lot of those people who came to help him actually worked on the other boat that was trying to dock. They was coming off to help him out. I do think it was a situation of staying together, but like, you know, you got to keep in mind, like, it's a lot of tension down there and shit. Slaves was down there, you know, them the same water as the motherfucker they was shipped in on. So like, you know, those folk, they tried it with the wrong person. You know, like I said, they was already juiced up, you know what I'm saying, through that rally. Then, you know, they thought bro wasn't gonna get no help or whatever. And I'm glad that dude did support it, because, you know, a lot of times you see some shit like that, motherfuckers just pull out their phones and they're just recording the shit. But they made sure bro was protected. Now, Uncle with the chair, he was taking some liberties. So, you know?
Yeah, he hit that one lady, man. He ain't have to. That bitch was already down for the count. That was Jermaine O'Neal at the Palace when he hit that little kid.
Yeah, exactly, man. He but somebody said this, like, that was all the shit that he went through with, like, bosses he hated and shit like that. Like, just like shit, a lot of shit he had built up, man. He had let that shit go with that chair, bro. Like, he was going crazy. And
I wish he can, like, go, you know, monetize that shit, man.
they got him.
Now the chairs is everywhere. They got many chairs at Five Below. Niggas got a chair. Look, somebody got the chair tattoo on their arm. Like, I don't know, man, but I'm trying to see. I would do the same thing if I could get away with it, bro. I'm not trying to go to jail off for nothing, dog. Because, again, that's a fucking weapon.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't get charged, but he did because you took it to the next level.
They bailed him out. He got a little GoMe fund and shit. So he should be good to get the right lawyer, man.
You gotta get the right lawyer and shit, you know?
That nigga threw that hat in the air like Bobby Shmurda.
Dude, the throwing the hat in the air made it amazing or whatever, because like they say, it was like the bat signal, you know? Like we need to assemble and shit. So.
This a Rolling Stone article. The what's his name? G-Mac Cash.
Yeah, G-Mac Cash.
They playing his song everywhere, man.
Yeah. G-Mac Cash, man. Shout out to him. Like somebody even said he need to do this year's wrap up, man. Like he quick with it.
Somebody give him opportunity, man. Yeah. Everybody knows going on with the NIL thing. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of these kids getting a lot of money.
Yes, sir.
I didn't get to watch it because the Johnny Manziel, mm-hmm. He was on there bragging about how much money he was getting, and him and his boys doing fraud and shit, even though he one of the biggest people in the country. And he got a Heisman. Nobody's taking the Heisman. Yeah, the question is about Reggie Bush. Do you think Reggie Bush should get his shit back off of just the strength of Johnny Manziel talking about it openly and all these kids getting paid to be in college, but y'all took my shit for taking money from some adults?
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where it's probably too little too late. Like, Reggie Bush definitely deserved it back, because if you go back and look at a lot of these guys, a lot of these players go through the highest bidder. And like you say, you had on top of the shit, the fraud, like somebody knew that shit that was going on with Johnny Manziel, but nobody decided to investigate that shit. Yeah, Reggie deserves his. If you like I say, if you go back and look at everybody's history, you know, with them taking money under the table or whatever the case may be, why some looked at it and others not, you know? And I think Reggie Bush at the place where he like, man, fuck it, y'all can have y'all shit, you know? Like, I don't think that, like I say, he was done just because he was almost made out to be a criminal for taking some bread. You know what I'm saying? When they all was looking like rock stars. He just happened to be, you know, the biggest face and shit. But yeah, I definitely don't think that he should. Like I say, if Johnny Manziel can keep his, it was never a reason to take Reggie Bush's.
Yeah.
Like it never was a reason to. So like I could see, you know, even if you wanted to do it, the damage is already done, and that's sometimes what is fucked up. Like you look at not only him, you look at like the Fab Five and shit like that, like the money that these players generate and shit like that, and y'all pick and choose which ones to punish.
And y'all still eating off of that shit too.
Yeah, you still eating off the shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made down there the Fab Five big to come back to Michigan. You know, like. And it's just like, what have y'all really done since then? You know,
they owe Reggie something, whether it's a ceremony, something,
apology,
a job, something,
jersey hung,
celebrate him. That nigga ain't R. Kelly or some shit.
Yeah. And you, like I say, you go back and look at everybody's history, you gonna find some dirt. You know, like Johnny Manziel purposely saying this shit.
Magic said they was offering him money, but his dad would let him take it. That's 70s. That's in the 70s.
Yeah. That's the name of the game. That's why Nick Saban was so he was so vocal in a way when like they let the NIL shit go down, because it got into his pool. You know what I'm saying? Alabama had the most money. They had the best boosters and shit like that. Once, you know, the playing field got level, then all of a sudden he was bitching and moaning about it.
Mm-hmm. We got Keke Palmer Saga Part 2, man. So everybody know about the Regency thing when she was in there with her sheer dress on, showing Usher her butt and shit. Now she stars in a video with him, and to me it's mocking a boyfriend. The name of the song is called Boyfriend. See if I can find some lyrics here. I hope I can. Please. Can't find the lyrics, but
the clip too where.
But what does he fucking say? Oh. Somebody said your boyfriend is looking for me, but that's good because you're here with me, or some weird shit like that, man. I mean, again, everything is publicity. It's a music business, but I just want them, you know, them women that was, you know, backing her to circle the block, and what we were saying was true.
Yeah. You gotta own that shit. Like what they say, she ruined her whole relationships just for this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people like, oh, he shouldn't have aired it out publicly. He got embarrassed publicly. So, like, he's supposed to keep it in-house. Like,
and it's another thing, because Josh looked it up weeks ago. He is not broke. He's worth 6 figures. But she is the breadwinner, meaning they looking at her do all this shit to him. He could go get him a good family fucking court lawyer and get you some child support, nigga, and get you full custody. Because according to y'all, I don't do shit no way. Let me be stay-at-home dad. Yep. Y'all ain't never heard of Nick Lachey, Kevin Federline? Let my mans get his, man. Yep. That shit crazy, man. I didn't watch that shit. Fuck that bitch.
It's corny at the end of the day. And whoever support this shit kind of like corny in a way as well. Like, anybody going like, oh, well, he ain't put a ring on it. She ain't care when she laid up and had a baby with him, man. So like, at least at the bare minimum, I'm pretty sure y'all got a level of respect for one another. And if the shoe was on the other fucking foot and Lotto brought him out there to fucking get twerked on and shit like that, motherfuckers be calling for his head, like they was like supporting JT when she was throwing phones at Uzi and shit.
That shit crazy. Yeah. We still ain't got no explanation or no apology from that bitch. Yeah. Pray for Uzi, man. Y'all want to pray for Meg? Pray for fucking Uzi. He could have, man. And don't let me get started.
Yeah, if he retaliated and shit like that, it would have been wrong,
Yeah, if you would have blew her shit out right there at them BET Awards, it would have been an issue. All right, let's. I got another one. All this for both of y'all. Whatever happened to the bully in y'all class, any grade level? Not that he was bullying you. I'm just saying a bully in the school. Whatever happened to them?
The guy that came to my mind, he passed away.
Oh, he got what he just. That's like
no.
RIP to him. But the bullies I seen in my lifetime in my class, they turn into emotional ass bitches. They be online crying about the world. They either dirty, washed up, all that, man. So
that's usually what happens, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Growing up, I kind of had some sympathy towards people like that because you never know what they got going on at home. You feel me? And it's like they probably just translating or they letting the anger out. You know what I'm saying, that they got at home. At the classroom and stuff like that, and it really, how I looked at it, is really a cry for help. You know what I'm saying? They could be a piece of crap, but I used to I used to have compassion on those people. I'm like, dang, you really, you probably really going through it, bro. Like, because that's just how it be. No. For me at least, how I see the world.
I know. You a good guy. I'm not. I want to beat the fuck out that nigga, jump and let him know that stop doing that shit.
The world need balance, though. So
it does need balance. It does. I would say, too, like, like for the classmates, like you say, like, all the shit they used to say, like, it don't even matter no more to me now, like, because I didn't, like, surpass a lot of them. But the bully that came to mind when I read that question was a dude we grew up with, Gary. Like, he used to fuck with us, like, a lot, because he was, like, the biggest one or whatever the case may be. He'd do shit to fuck with us and shit like that. But I, like, when everybody kind of started moving out the neighborhood, it was just us. So, like, it was almost like Stockholm Syndrome, where it was just, like, I started, like, feeling sorry for the dude, right? But, like, nigga was bad for me, man. Like, nigga was bad for me, didn't make me do right or whatever, like, or do right by me. But, like, I ended up turning around looking at the news and shit like that. He got, like, 15 years for kidnapping and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
like,
he was fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to the bullies. Y'all soft as hell. It don't get you nothing, but shit. I don't know, man. Shout out to them, man. RIP to him, man.
But I got a question. How you feel like bullying gonna be for like the generation of kids that's growing up with OnlyFans moms, bro?
I don't think it's going to, because the world is so like cancel culture that you're not really even going to be able to talk about them. So I don't know, man.
You think so?
And I also think this, like, if everything is bad, then nothing is bad. If it becomes so common, it's not going to even be something that becomes
I look at it like this. If it was back in the day and we saw somebody's mom on a DVD porno, that would be a big deal. But with the OnlyFans shit, it's everywhere. And then that little kid, how you know your mom ain't out here on OnlyFans?
Yeah, you got the OnlyFans.
It's kind of tough. It's like playing with fire. You got to make sure that it ain't gonna turn around on you.
Yeah. I don't think cancel culture is really as effective as it used to be. In my opinion, I feel like a lot of people are going back to being kind of ruthless and not caring.
Can I say this though? Maybe for blacks and maybe for women, but this gay shit, you can't say shit about them, and it's getting worse by the day. And they can say, like, I wanted to talk about this, but I ain't got no notes. I don't care. It's a neo topic we about to get to in a minute.
Yeah, I was reading up on that.
It's just getting bad, Jod. I feel like, of course, it's gonna go back to back in the day where black people gonna get talked about for being black, women gonna get talked about for being women, but it seemed like all the gays got the power, bro.
Yeah, you can't, like, it's certain ethnicities and heritage traits that you just can't speak on. And like, it's like an unspoken language to not do it. You know what I mean? But like you say, everybody else, it's fair game. You know what I mean?
And then with the OnlyFans thing, they can't escape it. So if I talk to you about your mom being on OnlyFans, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be sad. Even if I leave that school or you beat my ass, you got to go home and deal with that shit. Your mama ain't gonna quit. Yeah. So that kid gonna be fucked up mentally, even if the classmates don't know, because you gonna see it yourself. Your cousin gonna say something. You gonna fuck around and find the
Football
fucking rolls,
coach.
the fucking the camera in the room. So it's like them kids fucked up either way if they know.
Yeah, if they know, and it's just like you got that, you got the dancers, you got just a plethora of like, you know, things that these kids got to deal with that, like you say, even if you never said shit about it, man, like they got to deal with it. Like I say, football coach, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be surprised how many motherfuckers fucking their football
Let me tell you
coach.
about this, Josh. Fuck the OnlyFans. You know how we one of the fresh pair of J's, some forces, whatever. These kids are pulling up to them schools with Balenciagas and all that shit. So they looking at you, oh fuck you and them cheap ass Jordans. So they got to deal with that. That shit that they ain't have to deal with. We didn't have to deal with it. They got to deal with it. They got it way worse than we do. And I feel like they just gonna adapt to it, bro.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna be the extreme side where these kids retaliate shit like Columbine and shit or hurting themselves. So it's like, man, you got to pray for the youth, man.
Yeah.
But shout out to the OnlyFans bitches though. Keep doing y'all thing. The kids will understand. This was Jay question. I don't know. I don't really relate to it. I don't care. He want to know, why do old people in the N word, why is it such a big deal?
I do think it's a generational thing, right? Too, like when you talk about older people, I'm thinking like born before 1970, right? Like they didn't grow up in like hip hop culture. They didn't grow up, you know, the way that we grew up, where it was different, where it meant something different or whatever, you know. So you fear what you don't understand, you know. And I think that a lot of times it may take them back or whatever the case may be. They want to conduct. They're a little bit more conservative than we are, and like I said, I think he is right. It is generational. I think it comes down to like that generation just being more conservative. When it conveniently conservative, that's what I would say, like conveniently conservative, because they'll be okay with like a lot of worse shit than that word. But like if you say that word,
believe me, I'm about to tell you exactly how I felt about that. First off, we all equal. I respect everybody to respect me. I don't give a fuck about you being old. Sorry. The R&B music y'all listen to and the recreational shit those R&B people did outside their music be way more extreme than what Kendrick talking about, what Drake talking about, what Cole talking about. Of course, if you go listen to the hardcore rap or Too Short and Luke talking about pop that pussy, you're going to be offended. But it's other music that we listen to that's not as offensive. I done listened to Luther Vandross, Al Green, Marvin Gaye, all these Tina Marie, they in there bitch talking about having raw sex, being high, and all this other shit. Prince got his ass cheeks out.
Rick James fucking minors and
shit. That's what I'm saying.
You know, fucking with that generation.
I'm literally in physical therapy. Oh, I don't want to hear that hippity hip hop hop. Turn on some old school. 5 old schools in a row talking about fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. It don't affect my everyday life, man. Of course, like I say, it's code switching. You're not about to be in a business meeting saying, so this nigga sent us this email. Like, nah. But when I'm out in public or when I'm with my guys, shit, it is what it is. Walk the other way. I don't say nothing about y'all smelling like old nasty ass perfume and y'all walking
like
slow or being away in the market and shit. And y'all can't drive. Y'all do a lot of stupid shit too, old people. Yeah. Get a driver.
Smoke cigarettes in the car with your
That's
kids.
What I'm saying, man. Stop riding around. All that. The gun is where the kids can get it at. The liquor is where the kids can get it at. Y'all watch y'all crazy TV shows. Like, that's what I'm saying. Movies are X-rated. TV shows are X-rated. They fucking on Young and the Restless. Like, old people, man, they be on some shit. They contradictive, man.
Oh, yeah. That's what I say. It's selective conservative shit.
Let's get into this Neo shit, man. Oh, yeah. So he was on, I guess Vlad hires people to do interviews now. I think her name is Gloria Velez. She was doing an interview with him, and it came up to the gender shit with the kids, and they were asking, why do parents allow their children to have any say in that? And I want to ask y'all too before we get into it. Do y'all think kids should have a say in that? Like, hey, Dad, I'm 8 years old. I'm feeling weird. I don't identify as a boy. I want to wear girls' clothes, and then they get to the teenage age, and I want to take hormones. This question is for both of y'all. Like, do y'all feel there's a place for that in the world? Because I know it's a touchy subject as far as mental health, and it's like me and you, we would never think at our ages, at that age, that
and that's why I want to go.
Let's say Mike come outside, hey y'all, I gotta tell y'all something, man. I don't feel like a boy. I identify as a girl, man. Of course, us as friends gonna accept it, but it's different from a parent.
But I even think if they told us, like if our peer told us that at that age, we wouldn't even comprehend or understand what's going on. You know what I mean?
I mean, like us two, we would probably be like, okay, fuck it, you still our mans.
Yeah.
But let's say the bully or a nigga that don't have no, it's just black and white. Oh, fuck you, faggot. And then, you know what I'm saying?
And see, here's the thing, like, from my point of view, like, being a parent, first off, we can't never dictate how another motherfucker run their house, right? But I feel like it's more pressing concerns. And as if you're a parent, you're teaching your kid to prioritize those pressing concerns. If this is getting in the way of you achieving academically, emotionally, physically, or whatever the case may be, we could have a conversation. But as Neo said, until they're actually mature enough, like, shit, most 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, they can't even add, 3-digit numbers and shit like that.
You ever seen them memes be like, hey, what's Tommy's favorite color? Ball.
Yeah. And it's like, but they can comprehend this part, like, so I got a 10-year-old or whatever the case may be. And that has never came, like I say, it's never came up. I'm not going to say it's a blessing or a curse or whatever the case may be. We never had this conversation because there's too much other shit going on that, as a parent, I prioritize. Yeah. I think it's a parenting thing. Like, it comes down to the parent on what you're prioritizing. Are you prioritizing gender identity? Because these kids don't know no better and shit like that. Like, they barely, like my son loses his fucking
I was about
notebooks.
To say that. Like, kid, you say you got a kid. He just into Legos. That next week he might not want to fuck with Legos no more. Yeah. So, and these kids are very impressionable. That's why I'm not gonna say kids stupid, but they're impressionable.
Yeah, very impressionable.
They can be with a group of friends. If they group of friends saying, "Hey, we're gonna wear the color red now," they're all gonna wear the color red. If one of their friends,
what do we do? Like, as kids, we like Dennis Rodman. Yeah. Like, if we can find some spray and shit like that, because Dennis Rodman was fucking cool. Kids are very impressed with, like, how do they even really know? You know what I'm saying? I know I didn't in my age, and the signs I'm getting from my son, he doesn't at his age or whatever. So, like I say, I don't know what's going on in somebody else's house where that's becoming, like, the precedent. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, my son, I get him to watch wrestling 1 week. I can't get him to turn it on the next. You know what I'm saying? But he knows that he's feeling this way and shit like that. And I also feel that's a lot of pressure to put on a kid to have to decide that from parent to child. You know what I mean? Like, even having him, hey, do you got a crush in school? They get embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? But yet they know, like, oh, man, this is how, I know this is how I feel. Like, you just... You know what I'm saying? Was doing something totally different a week ago and shit. Like I say, my son, you've seen my son. He got black and gold hair. A year ago, he liked XXXTentacion. He read some stories about XXXTentacion. Nah, he don't want to have anything to do with him. If he can't even, like, stick to some shit like that, I find it very hard, just being a parent myself, that they know that their gender is, like, bothering them that much. You know what I'm saying?
And no offense, because I know I got people out there that know me personally. I done seen women have a kid with a dude, break her heart, leave her, whatever. Oh, now I'm a lesbian. She playing the role, walking around with Jadakiss or whatever. Then bam, that's over with. When that person break their heart, now she back to taking dick, and the gay phase is over with. So we got adults that can't even
decide what they want to do and
and I know kids. I don't know. I gotta have somebody on here like that. Not trying to be funny or nothing, man. I just need to have some people from that community, because it's so
because we're all trying to understand it.
I think somebody said there's 82 genders now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah, like I struggle, like, if I go to a Starbucks about misgendering somebody and I don't want to get fucking sued. You know what I'm saying?
I heard some of these clubs got co-ed bathrooms.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, I gotta talk to you. I don't know his name. He was the drunk driver for the Raiders.
Henry Ruggs.
So Henry Ruggs got 3 to 10, and you know that with anything like that, it could be 3, it could be 10. But he killed a woman and her dog. How the fuck is Tory getting 10 years for?
Yeah, state laws, they vary on the time. Like, you remember, like, they'll say, like, you do time in the South or whatever the case. Maybe they give you football numbers and shit like that. You get a DUI in some places, you might not ever see the light of day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if it's legal. Like I say, I can't necessarily say, like, oh, Tory couldn't afford a good lawyer and Henry Ruggs can. I just think it's state more so than anything.
One more question. Were y'all impressed by Yo Gotti answering the phone in that interview that all the women are impressed by?
No.
impressed? No.
Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure because they were making like that was him making her a priority by answering the phone.
I think that's a boy that cry wolf situation too, bro. Like, I can see if it's an emergency, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Your daughter's called right now and shit like that, and they know you here, yeah, you pick up or whatever.
But that's it depends on the setting too. Yeah, you up there with LA Leakers, you can't do that in a business with Apple or something like that. And they trying to sign you to a multi-million-dollar thing, and fuck that bitch that didn't let him talk to her for however many years. When did that song come out, man?
Oh yeah, 6 years. It took him 6 years.
I'm still not cool with that relationship because I feel like he should have got that bitch, fucked her, and let her go because she done went. Had a kid and all that other shit. She used goods now. She wants you.
Once he
now
came
she
up.
wants you a CEO and you got money bag. You on ESTG and Gorilla, but I don't know. That's it for us today. I want to appreciate Levi for coming up. We'll be back next week. Shout out to Jay and free Tory Lanez. That was Glass Fragment.